Bills Ravens Sunday afternoon for week 4 in the NFL, meaning we get 2018 first-round picks and MVP candidates this season. Josh Allen going up against Lamar Jackson. Both teams coming into this game 2-1, both losing to the Dolphins thus far. And if you didn't know this, the 2022 versions of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, the only two players in NFL history with 9 passing touchdowns, 100 passing yards, or rushing yards, through the first 3 games of the season. Both doing that so far this year. Congrats to those two men. Let's welcome in Charles Davis, who is going to be on the call for Bills Ravens on Sunday afternoon. Charles, before we get into the specifics of this game, just talk about how impressive these two quarterbacks have been so far this season.
They've been beyond impressive, Amanda. And look, I don't care that they both lost a game. When you see how they continue to expand their repertoire and what their games are about, it is incredible what we're seeing. And think of it this way. When you think of Lamar Jackson, the first thing that comes to mind is his running ability, and rightly so, right? We've seen this guy now, I believe 12 or 13 games in his career, he's been over 100 yards. He's living in the 100-yard per game range this year. That's all he does. But how about what we've seen him doing throwing the football this year from the pocket, not off schedule, not scrambling. I'm talking about from the pocket with blitzers in his face. His numbers are off the charts. Flip it over to Josh Allen, because we all knew about the big arm coming out of Wyoming. We all knew he could throw the ball downfield. He developed touch. Accuracy really came along at a rate that we never expected. But who's the leading rusher for the Buffalo Bills? It's Josh Allen. They rely on him for everything. So both of these guys are complete quarterbacks. We think of them in different ways, but they're both dual threat guys.
They're meeting in the middle somehow right now, Charles. So when it comes to the defensive scheme for each of these teams going up against these quarterbacks, what do the Ravens need to do to stop Josh Allen, and what do the Bills need to do to stop Lamar Jackson?
Well, I think if we start with the Ravens trying to stop Josh Allen, the bottom line is you've got to make sure that you keep him in the pocket and don't allow him out on those long yardage plays where you may blitz him and he gets up escaping out the back door. The second part of it is you've got to do things with his receivers, chip away at their timing, double Stephon Diggs at certain times, you name it, anything to try and take away the easy throws because he works well against the blitz too. Flip it over to Lamar Jackson. He is their running game right now as well as Josh Allen. They're still trying to get J.K. Dobbins going. They're trying to get, Justice Hill can continue to move along. They're trying to figure out if there's someone in their backfield that can run it. But until then, it is Lamar. But again, now, who are his main receivers? Well, you got to take away Mark Andrews, the tight end. That's first and foremost. But Rashad Bateman's starting to come along as well. So it's a difficult task for both teams. But I think like boxers, Amanda, you've got to make sure you show them different angles, different looks, change it up each and every play, and then continue from there. And just hope they don't catch you in something bad and sting you downfield.
So you're going to be on the call Sunday afternoon. I know you've been evaluating these teams a lot this season heading into this one. Is there an X factor for each team to come away with a win?
I think for Buffalo, the X factor is their nickelback cornerback, and they're starting to call him a cornerbacker in Taron Johnson, because his ability to tackle is really, really impressive. And he may be the guy that may hover near the line of scrimmage at times when they don't get him out in coverage. And spy's the wrong word, but keep both eyes on Lamar Jackson. He tackles everyone. He tackles Derrick Henry-sized guys. Lamar Jackson out in open field, he'll have to contend with that. He's an X factor for them on defense, especially with a secondary that's so beat up. They need him to play really, really well in this one. The X factor for Baltimore is their running back, J.K. Dobbins. Coming off the ACL, the MCL, the LCL, you name it. It really was a bad knee injury. Missed the first couple of games this year trying to make it back. Played last week 20-something snaps. Can he get back to being the lead runner that they drafted out of Ohio State, who was so impressive in 2020 as a rookie? That way, you can take some of the pressure off Lamar Jackson running the football as well. Let's see if J.K. Dobbins can